Hello and welcome to the natural way of life. Currently spending a little bit of time out in nature just to appreciate the changes in the autumn. You can see the leaves are here changing colour. And I personally find I will often come out into nature at times, especially when maybe my energy is feeling low. Maybe I just need to clear my mind, and I will try and come to somewhere quiet and still, where I feel safe and secure, and just take a couple of minutes just to kind of focus on my breath and my thought, and just try and download some of that healing energy that is there for us all to access, and calling on my spirit time see, I'm not with it, guys. My spirit team at this time to download me with some of that loving, healing energy, because what I'm going through at the moment is a very difficult time. And I've recently just come out of a relationship, and I'm feeling very heartbroken, very upset, and pretty low and depressed, and I'm trying to still keep and find purpose, and I'm trying to get up every day and still live. But it's very hard when the evenings set in and it gets darker in the evenings, and you have that alone feeling kick in, and it's literally very isolating, and I just feel like a sense of loneliness, and there's like part of my heart is missing, and the only way I can describe it is I've been getting like a lot of heart pain and chest pain and tightness, like my shoulder on one side's gone, my neck. So it's all about when I read into that, and I use myself as an example, because what better example is there than yourself? So with that, it's all about connecting like the head and the heart. So connecting your head and your heart, and literally people think it's like a bit of a, but it's a thing. So these heart pains and chest pains I'm feeling is again because like that is literally when we say heartbroken, because it is literally like your heart has been broken. And I know I'm a sensitive person, and I think that's what hurts me more, is knowing that like other people can just, they get up and they move on straight away, or they don't seem to be bothered or that phased or that upset, whereas someone like myself, it's like my whole world. And I think this is the message I'm trying to say in this modern world as well, is that it's really affected me. So as an old soul, like I have very old school values, morals and beliefs, and when you meet that one and you think you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, and you don't want to have to going through loads of different relationships or different people, because it's a lot when you reach out to someone and then you put your heart and your trust into them, and they literally can have your heart in their hands, and then it could be broken. So for me personally, that is a lot to put yourself out and to put that trust into the world, and then when that's broken, the only way I can describe it is it feels very, very debilitating and sad, and I don't even know if words can describe it, but the pain, even speaking about it, is like I want to cry. So back to that is like in nature, right? You like, it's a natural instinct to be and to not be alone. Like if you look at all different types of animals, like whether it be the birds, they often have their clan, or they have their family, whether it be the squirrels, the rodents, there's that sense of community and their tribe, and then to have that like ripped away from you and to be on your own literally, and that is how I feel, on my own in a world. And I don't per se have friends. I have a few people I speak to, but I don't have like the same friendship connections, or that someone to call on. I don't have family in that sense. I might have the odd family member who I can speak with, but not people who really get you. So then if you connect that back to nature and been in the wild, like you're literally then on your own in this world, and it can feel pretty damn scary. And it's hard to like almost not want to lose your mind, lose your head, or to give up completely and not be here at all. But something inside me is saying, and I get it, every rejection is for your protection. I do get those things, and maybe the universe has something better in store. But, you know, I have to also acknowledge how I feel and how heartbreaking it is. And often there is more to situations. You know, we can't always talk about everything, but it's just to express how I really feel. And in these moments, just gonna move a little bit, stretch my legs, and in these moments of despair and loneliness, that is why I try my best to come outside, because I feel, to anyone who's going through any type of grief or loss or pain, if we stay cooped up inside, it can literally feel like the four walls are closing up on us. And I feel like that even adds more to a sense of pressure and pressing in. And that's how my chest obviously is feeling, because I feel that pressing in of like the weight of everything on me, the sadness, the grief, and it's like really trying to find ways to let go of that, which I'm trying to do. And I will be doing my own kind of rituals and connecting back to nature and back to the earth. But it's just to share that nobody is perfect, and as human beings, spiritual beings in a human body, some of us feel things more intensely. Sometimes that is more painful to have to deal with, and ultimately it's how do we deal with it. So in this current moment, I'm literally going to stand on a tree, maybe not where there's the ivy though, because that is not good for humans. That shows me there's a negative point there. Hey, this way. So I might just move to this side, and I am literally gonna stand next to this tree, and I'm gonna ask Earth and nature for some healing energy, because you know you can really feel like you're losing it. Like, I'm grounded, and I think that's the message, is to try and stay as grounded in your physical body as you can. So to still look after yourself, to still, you know, do things you love, and that's what I'm doing. And this tree is, oh my gosh, if I can only show you how tall this tree is. What? That is super tall. But yeah, the grounding of the tree, the healing energy, and I hope it will be a case of over time things will heal and mend within my heart. But I have to share it because it's a strong pain, and especially with myself, I don't know about anybody else, but I always seem to feel things more intensely on the left side of my body. So it's the left side of my neck, my shoulder, my chest more so, my left foot I tend to get the issues. And obviously left is the yin, it's that feminine energy, it's that being, isn't it, as opposed to the doing energy. So interesting how it always makes a difference. But I do believe, again, everything is energy, and everything that is stored in our body and in our system where pain comes up is trapped energy and emotions, and they need to find a way to be let out. So that is why I still will try my best to, even if it's just moving and just being outside, because when we're inside it just feels too much, too enclosed. And that's when, you know, I think as well, when you have that open space around you, it might not be loads, but it allows your energy field to be a bit freer and to have more healing. When you're inside, there is more radiation, more electronics, you know, things like internet, all those frequencies again will affect your energy field and how you feel. So that is my advice. I mean, I don't per se have tips yet to really share of how to heal from grief, loss, sadness, because does the modern world, does it really support having to go through a loss and a heartbreak? And it's almost like the death of someone, but the fact that they're still living, you know, they're still going to be living in existence, that's what I find harder to deal with. I think in some ways it's easier the death of a physical, because you know they've gone to a place of peace. But when things are not left in the best of ways, and this is where I just struggle with everything, because if we look in the modern world and society now, online they're always advertising dating sites, websites, oh, have a fling, a summer crush, the latest, I don't know, in other countries. But here in England will always be like, oh, they're telling people go on Tinder and this and that. And it's like encouraging a lifestyle that is not healthy to humans. Because as much as some people may be cut out for that or designed for that, to not have feelings and emotions, but when they encourage people to just have romantic flings or things not that serious, well, what people don't realise is that when you enter into a partnership and when you exchange energies, so as I call it, sacred energy exchange, so sex, you're merging your body with another's, your energy fields merge together, the good and the bad. So when they encourage people to do that, they find people so lost in the world and people having so many troubles and traumas because they're encouraging this sexualized life and agenda, and I will say it because that's what it is, but I feel like maybe that's something I'll talk more of on another time. But they encourage this promiscuity, this, oh, it's okay to have casual sex, oh, it's okay, just, I don't know, go get the pill from your doctor or go get the morning after pill. And I'm not saying, judging anyone for those things, because I'm sure most of us in our lives have been, at a point where maybe we didn't understand the deeper effects of these things, mentally, physically, emotionally. But when I hear it constantly on adverts, this is why I don't really watch TV or, radio stations, or listen to things that don't have as many adverts, because what people don't realise is they're being programmed and brainwashed into thinking it's normal just to, and maybe some people will find their soulmate on an app, so I'm not going to fully think or say that it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that when they're encouraging lifestyles that aren't healthy, so when your bodies merge, sacred energy exchange, you're merging energy fields with another. So if they've got, demons or traumas, you can then take that on, then you might be feeling lower in life or not so good, or you might start feeling better or vice versa. But then when that ends, that is where it's harder to deal with, because you've intertwined with another. You have connected, soul ties, energetic cords and connection. And then if they just go and jump to another person, someone like myself who's very sensitive, I feel that, and I think that's what's making me feel worse, is because I can pick up on things, I sense them, I have dreams about them or visions and feelings about things, and it's really horrible, because it'd be sometimes, I think, so much nicer to be unconscious to these things and to not have that awareness, because it adds like that level of pain. So I'm definitely struggling with that, but that is where I have to use the wisdom I have to, do my things like my cord cutting, energy removal, and when I do energy healing work with others, that is things I do look at, as well as clearing down the energy field and the attachments. And I've had that kind of energy work done in the past, and it has been super, super powerful. And a lot of it is your intention. So again, if you are suffering from a breakup or a difficult time, setting that intention to cut cords, cut removals, have salt baths, light candles. I might even record one, but I'm going to do my own one in private. But you can light a candle, put a thread around it, the name of both people, and symbolically then cut that, let that burn out, because that is your way of disconnecting on an energetic level. Because yes, on a physical level, there are many things that people can do and to remove, cords and attachments. So, deleting the person, blocking the person, getting rid of their things or their items, that's clearing up your physical space. But then on an energetic level, you have to do clearance as well, because otherwise, if you don't, those things will carry over into your other relationships moving forward, and they will carry on to that. So you could then end up with problems in your current relationship because you're carrying stuff from old relationships. And that is the problem, is a lot of people aren't aware of that. So that just happens. And I just, there is something missing in this modern world, and maybe it's me just been so old-fashioned and old school, but it's like you just don't see it like with our grandparents' age or eras. And I'm not saying that maybe they were always going to be happy or whatever, but there was not such a how can I say, like, people would work through their problems together, you know. And maybe it's just because our souls now in this lifetime are here to work on more stuff in one life, you know. Maybe it's that. I don't have all the answers, but they would work through things. There would be less, you know, breakups, divorce, heartbreaks, because they would work through things together as a couple and as a family. So it's just very sad that the way the world has changed. But hey, that's just my evening stroll in nature. That's just what I'm sharing with you today, and the beautiful colours of autumn changing. Yeah, I'm getting some grounding in, so trying to stay as much in my physical body, because I am known to be very up there in my emotional energy. And maybe I just sound really cool, calm and collected as I'm saying this, but when you go to bed every night and you are crying your eyes out and you cry into your pillow, and all I can do is pray to above and to my spirit team, because at the end of the day, when humans fail you, this is also my advice, all we have is above to connect to, our spirit team. And guess what? We have animals. Where's she gone? So yeah, 10 years strong, she's been loyal and never left my side. So, you know, and I've got my beautiful little kitty as well. So animals are, again, our biggest teachers and helpers here on earth. So if you don't have one, I could recommend that to you, because their love is pure, they're from a higher frequency and a higher vibration, and they come to us here on earth to help us heal and help us open our hearts to love. Because when we get hurt, and again like this, your heart shuts and it closes and it goes inwards and it's painful, animals do have that healing ability to open that up to you again, so you can find love and happiness. So that is my advice, is animals in nature, they don't seem to fail us as much as humans. But on that note, guys, I'm gonna go check out and release some tears, because I can feel it coming. But I wish you all a great time, no matter where you are in the world. Sending lots of love and light. Peace out.